Thank you for tuning in to Reverberations of Reality, caused by Humanist Ripples. This is your advocate, Mayappan Ishwarmurthy, resonating with the current ripple. Declaration or degradation of human rights that were already universal. Homo sapiens evolved into human beings, and since time immemorial, we were born with a rainbow of rights under the sun. Yet, after the World War II, some people, the ones responsible for choking those very rights during those years of darkness, had to universally declare their existence. It was in this atmosphere of a universal declaration of human rights, many new countries formulated their independent constitutions, including the longest written one in the Constitution of India. Again, a nation that existed from time immemorial, or at least even before Christopher Columbus discovered it. And like any legal document, even the longest positive list actually curtails the entity that which is enumerated. Herein, fundamental human rights. When the countries with their constitutions that have given birth to enforceable laws have failed to actually secure even those rights that which were lucky enough to make it to that positive list, it is not a surprise that the United Nations Declaration that which cannot be enforced also remains a paper tiger. Now, in that context, and like any other country, India also has a history of human rights and its violations that are a serious concern. And before we go into the details of specific cases, like the aforementioned positive list, the positive thing about India's human rights scenario through the eyes of a Human Development Index (HDI) given by the United Nations Development Programme (UNDP) is that the country saw its HDI value increase by 48.4% from 0.434 in 1990 to 0.644 in 2022. Well, one is reminded about the saying, we have lies, goddamn lies, and then we have government data. And that coupled with the Hippocratic oath taken by the organizations, including the UNDP, to speak the truth regarding human rights violations, also by its major and managing sponsor, the United States of America, along with its other contributors, we all know what these numbers mean. Anyways, cutting to the topic, human rights in your country. Like I said, India also has a history of human rights and its violations that are as varied as its diverse cultures and populations. And due to paucity of time, let us focus on those regarding the independence of a judiciary. Even as per the National Human Rights Commission (NHRC) data submitted by the Ministry of Home Affairs (MHA) in the Indian Parliament, the recorded number of custodial deaths till 28th February 2022 is a staggering 2,257, which includes the double murder of Jairaj and Benix, which, in my humble view, was taken up by the Indian courts expeditiously, also due to the fact that it happened in the time frame of another custodial murder of Mr. George Floyd in the USA, coupled with the audacity, impunity, and peculiarity of the death of both father and son who had no previous cases on them and who were brutally and fatally attacked by the police in judicial custody. As the case is sub judice, and I am one of the advocates on the team that is assisting the prosecution of the murderers, I cannot comment further. At least I have the liberty to say that these cases were lucky to be recorded, while many have gone unrecorded or unnoticed. When the governments of the world were busy with the depopulation of the globe through a bio-war against humanity under the aegis of a COVID-19 pandemic. More so, I also feel that these lucky cases serve as a calculated deviation in the psychological warfare that is being unleashed on the cattle class by the powers that be. More than 21 journalists were imprisoned from 2014 till date, and democratic voices have been silenced by the same Prime Minister who has not given a single press meet in this decade of decadence, whereas the number was only 4 between 2004 and 2013, according to the Committee to Protect Journalists, CPJ. It is also pertinent to note that the media was to be occupied with the untimely, or rather timely, announcement of a famous cricketer of his retirement when an important judgment regarding the fake encounter murder case of Shorabuddin, in which the prime accused was the current Home Minister himself, was to be declared. The Sharabuddin fake encounter murder case is just the tip of an iceberg that has sent a chill down the spine of the judiciary. The mystery behind the death of the judge who summoned the said prime accused, and that behind his post-mortem, remain. When the post-retirement appointment of the judge who acquitted the accused, as the governor of Kerala does not need a post-mortem to declare the cause of death of the independence of a judiciary. While so, even advocates who legally appear in cases relating to the organizations banned by the MHA are themselves branded as members of the banned organizations that prevents fellow advocates from taking up such cases. Advocate Mohammed Yusuf and Advocate Mohammed Abbas were recently arrested for taking up cases regarding the banned organization Popular Front of India, PFI. Advocate Murugan, who is also from my bar, has lost precious years of practice for taking up cases relating to the banned organization, the Communist Party of India, Maoist, wherein the evidence produced against him was that he possessed homeopathy medicines and books that the members of the banned outfit also use. Now he is acquitted of the false case, but the years lost in the illegal incarceration are yet to be compensated. Other advocates, to mention a few, who are also close associates of mine, are the human rights defenders from college days when we used to meet at the library of a human rights organization called People's Watch, again, whose accounts were frozen as a coercive tactic, are a differently able advocate R. Mohan, who is currently under trial in a similar false case, and advocate Raja, who is facing illegal threats for having taken up such cases. The list is never ending, and these are the most recent, similar, and from the same jurisdiction. I am, if we may say, a first hand witness to the blatant degradation of human rights in some of these cases. Late G. N. Sai Baba, a differently able professor, and late Father Stan Swami, a tribal activist, have also lost their lives due to extended, if not illegal, incarceration. The former was acquitted twice in the same case, and the prosecution, although using legal provisions for an appeal, has only wasted the precious time of the judiciary, that which is already reeling under multiple pressures, including that of a huge pendency of cases. Yet, there is no feasible explanation to the repeated and prolonged adjournments in the bail pleas of student activists, including Umar Khalid, who remain illegally incarcerated to this day. It is in this atmosphere, where existing laws are abused, that the Ministry of Home Affairs, headed by the aforementioned prime accused, has tabled and passed the new criminal laws, having suspended more than 140 members of parliament without debate, erasing the avenues for human rights enlisted in the Universal Declaration, imbibed in the longest written constitution, and that which were at least available on paper. Thank you for listening.